Hey guys, welcome back to Chasing You. We're going to play in episode 7 and 8 most likely. So close this off and finish this Chasing You until the update coming out in next week. So I can at least move on to some other things and just keep it moving. Okay, we're still taking advantage of that diamond event. So let's just keep going. I'm trying to figure out what I'm going to do during the Teacup event. I think I was finishing up replaying Wave Patrol so I can get back up to that point that I needed, and because I needed a certain amount of authority or something like that. Is it authority in that one? I can't remember. I need a certain amount of something there. And so I was replaying to get that. And then I also was replaying Love from Outer Space because I was fixing my points. I don't know what else I want to do. I don't know what else I'll have time to do. It's like 5 minutes for this episode to start. That was ridiculous. Chapter 7, The Second Victim. This episode, Chasing You, contains descriptions of death and injury. Oh, last time that led to a horrifying jump scare. Police. Why do I feel so bad? You opened the door and went out into the corridor, then you turned to the right. There was no one there. You can take a proper break for once. I'm starting to see things. Hairs on the back of your neck stood on end. Oh, no. You slowly turned your head and met his gaze. The black gloves. These jump scares. I'm scared to click the next button. What's he gonna do? Or rather, the gaze of his mask. He looked at you with empty eye sockets, lifeless, indifferent. Oh my gosh. You opened your mouth to say something, but then you saw a knife in his hand. Your sluggish consciousness forgot to give your heart the command to beat faster. You raised your head. I don't know why I'm so calm. This is not what I need right now. Without taking your eyes off the man, you calmly put the candle on a nearby vase holder. You calmly put the candle on a nearby vase holder. Why did they mention this? Bending his legs, the receptionist began to draw shaky eights in the air with his knife. Shaky eights? What the hell is he doing that for? Then he gripped the handle tightly and lunged forward. So sloppy. You move, obviously not forward, backward. His reach could be too far. Throw to the side. Trying to become a less easy target, you swayed sideways. Okay, is that the vase? Without thinking for a second, you stepped forward and put your foot out. Your killer didn't fall. Instead, he stumbled and slammed sideways into the wall. You survived the killer's first strike. Okay, because I mean, since you don't want to run into the thing, so obviously not going to go forward. He could have a longer reach than we're expecting, so you don't want to go backward either. So, jump to the side. With a short movement, he immediately pushed off the wall and turned to face you. Why am I not screaming? I have to scream. I need help. Help. Your voice sounded low and hoarse, but you didn't give up. The man tensed and with visible anger rushed at you, brandishing the knife. If I try to run now, I'll die with a knife in my back. That won't do. Okay, so no running. Looked around and grabbed the painting, the bouquet, or the vase, because they mentioned the vase earlier. And so, what the fuck are you gonna do with the painting? And a bouquet. Having grabbed the vase, you aimed for his hand holding the knife. The hit landed and he dropped the knife onto the carpet. You disarmed your killer. Keep it up. Okay. To be sure, you hit him with the vase again. Why the hell am I not scared at all? And why is he so clumsy? Are you gonna kill me or what, you goof? Gripping the vase most comfortably, you said no running. Screamed, slam it. Unexpected anger, you dropped the vase on the criminal's head. With an exhale, he suddenly went limp and fell to the side, hitting the closest door. You have dealt with the enemy. Is he okay? Why does everybody seem drunk? Breathing heavily, you froze over the body, showed no signs of consciousness. It won't take him long to recover. I need to immobilize him, then call the others and Yuma, but first. You dropped the remnants of the vase and you grabbed the man by one leg. You're so heavy. I won't be able to get you to the room, then. You pulled at random with success. The closest door opened. Lift inside and breathing heavily, nodded to yourself. Like hell I'll drag you any further, man. You're too heavy. There's always a closet. Somehow, you managed to pull the man into the closet, turn him on his side, and pull him out of the sleeves of the jacket. Can we take the mask off? The mask held on tightly, and he was too scared to try and take off. Oh. Finally, you grabbed the man by the armpits and almost bursting into the strain, pulled him into a chair. What do you mean too scary? Why'd they prolong this? Then it got easier. Just tear the jacket into several wide strips. Tuck that criminal's hands to the armrest, palms up. That chair looks like it may be easily breakable. I don't know. And also tied his chest and waist to the back of the chair, both for safety and so he wouldn't be able to slip out. Finally, out of breath, you sat down on the floor a couple of meters from his feet. Now I should wait for him to regain consciousness, find out who it is. No, find out who it is! With trying to calm your thumping heart, you got up and hesitantly approached the man. His head swayed slightly, and a muffled groan escaped from under the mask. He reached out and slowly pulled the mask off. Alexander would be joking about Scooby-Doo right now, and Sam and Rachel would kick him in the neck. You're driven by love. I need my friends. They gave me the strength to move on. The mask fell to the floor. You took a step back, mindlessly catching your fingers on its edge. A lump formed in your throat. You were in rage or tears. Rage might lend itself to coldness, so we're keeping up our kindness vibe, so let's just say tears. This emotion affected you deeply. Uncle, but why? How? Well, I mean, he's tried to kill you before. So, I think we know the why. Well, hello, niece. Hello? Hello? Are you being serious now? I'm being polite, didn't Annette teach you? Lowering your eyes to the floor, you breathed for a while, trying to put your thoughts in order. How long have you been here? A month? 2? You've been working here all this time? He chuckled, then again, then he burst out laughing at the top of his lungs, throwing his head back. Choked with laughter, he winced. His head still ached from the blow. Silly, silly girl. How are you so lucky in life? You gritted your teeth, driving back surging emotions. I'll deal with them later. Right now I need to stay focused. Why are you here? What do you want from me? He looked you in the eye and smiled. You ruined my life. If only you would have left with your parents, everything would have been fine. Are you suggesting that I should have gone to whatever killed my parents and died with them? But no, you had to become a permanent part of our life. Lived in my house, ate from my plates. Those were Ned's things? You just gambled away all your money. It was Auntie's house, and you burned it down. Charles shook his head, still smiling. You burned it down. If you hadn't resisted, if you had behaved well, nothing would have happened. So if I had allowed you to frame me for her murder, nothing would have happened? I want you to die and never return to this world, because you can't deal with your own mistakes. You're the type to sit here and bitch and complain and blame everybody else for your problems. Okay. You don't believe it, but we stopped, swallowed, and pursed his lips. There are others who want the same. For example, Christopher. For example, Lucas and Christopher Cadigan. He almost screamed in horror, staggering back from the chair. Do you want to know how it was? I'll tell you with pleasure. Fine, whatever. Go ahead. Since it's free. It certainly sounds like an acceptable plan, but why should we trust you? I will call it a mutual responsibility. We will all be involved so deeply. No one benefits from going to the police. In this case, everyone suffers. Do you agree? In the last sentence, he raised his voice slightly, addressing not only Lucas. Christopher looked out of the window into the courtyard and seemingly didn't react at all. Guess we still have time to think. When did you say the trip was planned? Their travel agent prearranged it for the end of December. We should start now if we want to be on time. You need to have some doubts about the number of victims. I have complaints regarding only one person, and I only wish to destroy her. He looked at his son inquiringly. Christopher's fingers clenched on the windowsill, his knuckles whitening. You once had a good relationship with Christopher. I'm against this too. It's pointless, cruel, and dirty. And for our safety, we have no right to leave unnecessary traces. Looking at his son thoughtfully, Lucas turned the chair around. It's just we all to take some time to think carefully about the situation. I'll notify you on my decision tomorrow afternoon. Be my guest today. Christopher put his hand on his father's shoulder, who impatiently shook it off and went to the exit. To do that, you have to be an absolute sadist. He squinted without changing his posture. Don't you? Devastated, broken, you slid down the wall and looked tiredly at the man. Will die first, I'm completely confused. He is absolutely fucked in the head. You need help, at least a mental hospital, I don't know. Like a psychiatrist for sure. Charles grinned, staring at you. This look made you so uncomfortable that you, overcoming fatigue and nausea, stood up. Your eyes were dry and your throat also demanded water. You swallowed hard. I should go to the reception. I hope Yuma is there, or someone at least. Or is it better to wake the guys up right away? I hope I don't faint right now. Grabbing the candle, you dragged your feet to the exit. Turning around, you said, You're the worst killer I've ever seen. You move your knife like a baby. You should have taken a course on how to be an assassin or something. And with that, you left, leaving the laughing Charles behind. Path of logic. You made your way to the lobby, holding onto the wall. Why do I feel so bad? Is it from yesterday? The darkness was alarming. The light from the candle didn't disperse it, and instead seemed to fill you with horror. Your shadow, like a restless ghost, rushed along the walls and windows. Is he the only killer here? I don't understand why she didn't go wake up Sam. Hello? Yuma? Anyone? Your eyes open wide, trying to catch any movement. Is there someone moving there? Someone sighing? Or was your imagination playing tricks on you? After a little thought, you turned back and went ahead. I want to go back and wake up the others, but usually the answer is to forge ahead. You walked slowly, straining your shoulders and calves, expecting the attack every second. When you made it to the front desk, you froze, listening. Everything was quiet. Then you reached out and quickly pressed the bell. You put your fingers away and froze, ready to take off. Again, nothing. After Yuma's not here, he's sleeping. It's probably worth waking the guys up. It's safer together. I don't know why you did this. Why you didn't do that first. The stalk continued to look over your shoulder. You want it back. The silence is thick night darkness and fear, filled with a deep feeling of loneliness. Your chest ached and your temples pulsed. It hurt you, almost physically, almost as if someone kicked you in the chest. There's no one here. I'm alone in the middle of a winter and a night against a criminal. The world likes you and you like it, but this is just a feeling. I have friends, people who love me. They're my family and they will support me. Inhaling, you straighten your shoulders and gently stretch your head up. You rushed into your room and knelt heavily on the futon. Sam? Sam? Come on, Tenchi, darling, wake up. Sam's arms and shoulders were tense. He jerked his palm as if trying to grab something. Not sleeping. You leaned over him and tried to open his eyes with your fingers. Wake up! I need you, Sam. I need you now. His arm wrapped around you and then fell to his side. You pressed your nose against his chest. Wake up, Sam. And you, already deep in a dream, approached the light sakura tree where he stood. First seconds of awakening are the sweetest, most expensive. You don't recall the terrible things that happened yesterday. Sometimes clinging to a pleasant dream, you pull it into reality and bask in it for 3, 2, 1. You jumped up with a scream and with a pounding heart and the feeling that the world was lost and that you were left alone in it. You rushed into the corridor, opened the door so that it banged against the wall. The shards of the vase were still on the floor. This means that no one has passed here yet. Strange, it's already morning, it's already light, so people should already be in the hotel. Why are you making so much noise? Press his palm to his temple and squint at the light from the window. Sam and Rachel ran out into the hallway too, suffering the same symptoms. There's Charles, he tried to kill me last night and you were asleep and I was trying to wake you up. Nice dream, but why make noise? Melody, maybe some tea? You screeched with rage and angrily pulled the pantry door yourself. He's not in there. I don't want to take a picture of that. For a while, everyone was silent, digesting what they saw. I'll bring you, man, now. Don't touch anything here. You grabbed the wall and slowly knelt, trying to cope with nausea. Rachel was right there next to you and grabbed your hand. This doesn't make sense. Will you tell us what happened? Of course, let me just come to my senses. Yuma arrived, pale as snow, and pressed his hand to his mouth. Oh, Kami. Who found him? I did. He turned his eyes full of horror at you. And you? Was he still alive? What are you hinting at? The man crossed his arms over his chest, squinting defiantly at the administrator. Molly's a victim here. There's always something going wrong in your hotel. Molly could never harm a living being. She too frowned menacingly at the man. Yuma fidgeted, looking away, then mumbled something about the police and moved away. I'm tired of him suspecting me. He always acting like trash. Let's not hang around here and stare. You know, if anything, I think he killed him. Let's not hang around here and stare at this. Let's go back to the room. So, there's multiple killers going around? I couldn't wake any of you up. I screamed like crazy. We even fought. Listening to your story, the friends looked at each other gloomily. Some kind of nonsense. I'm always a light sleeper. Why was this time different? We were drugged. I'm serious. What if you three set this up? Have we been drugged? He incapacitated here. I think we've been drugged, yeah. Pump sleeping gas in the room or something? Rachel flinched and grabbed one of his cups at random. Who brought the tea? Where did we get the tea? We ordered at the restaurant. It was brought in by the porter. Everyone fell silent, staring at each other. Oh shit. You grabbed her head and laughed nervously. Just karma, guys. First I hit them with the tea, and then now they do the same to us. Why did Melody wake up? She was injected at the hospital with a whole cocktail of all sorts of nonsense, vitamins and all that. They were expecting me to be asleep. Maybe there was someone blocking it? Why don't I feel anything? No sorrow, no longing. Only annoyance and anger, and nausea. But these are all details. It doesn't really matter. Someone tell me what the hell he killed himself. Alexander nervously ruffled his hair and looked helplessly out the window. Seriously? He didn't have a single objective reason to do this. I have to disagree with you on this one. A Japanese prison is not a good place. But he's no samurai either, you know. He could have been deported, tried in England. So many possibilities. Why this? Melody, he went crazy back then in your mansion? This doesn't explain everything. It's true, but let's concede. It's true, but this choice influenced investigation. Okay. He was tied up. How did he do it with his hands tied? And why did he kill that guy in the sauna? Too many questions, not a single proper answer. Sam sighed heavily and exchanged glances with Alexander. Uh-huh. We should go back and inspect everything before the police arrive. Then we will understand. Also, we need to find the place where he lived all this time. Great idea. I guess we'd find evidence of his connection to the Cadigans there. You rubbed your face with your hands, imagining how you could enter the closet again. Aha! This is what we need logic for. Okay. Nah, I'm coming with you. Are you sure? Will you drive me back if I faint? Of course. Then I'm sure. Let's go. Authority. In the doorway to the pantry, you put a perfume cap, which you brought from the room, under your nose. The main thing is to breathe less often and not think about it. The boys also took out their phones and began to carefully walk around the room and around the perimeter. If anyone misses something, we'll back each other up, so... And take a picture of the murder weapon, the body position, his hands, the location of bloodstains. The murder weapon, well, I don't know about the murder weapon because they say it looks like he killed himself. I thought she would have left his knife in his hands. Instead, he didn't have a weapon. The body position, he shouldn't have been able to move from how we had him tied up. So I don't know about the position. I don't think the position will change much of anything. So we have his hands and the location of bloodstains. Location of bloodstains is a good one to determine how he bled out, how much on what side, so on and so forth. However, there's been lots of mentioning of hands. We smacked him in the hands. We also want to figure out his hands, like, how did he kill himself? He would have had to have used his hands to do so. Because we didn't tie his neck, not he could have choked himself. I think his wrists are slit. I'm between the bloodstains in his hands, but I think I'm going to go hands. They mentioned black hands, black gloves. The hands keep standing out. You discover something interesting. Ha! Having powered through and pressing your nose in the cap from the perfume, you lean forward and point the camera at the man's hands. Something is bothering me. Why? After quickly taking a couple of shots, you staggered back. So, what else? And I took a picture of... Okay, I'll go bloodstains because I was also looking at that. Think of it like ketchup. Just take pictures. Pressing your lips, she did a short series of pictures of all the specks. Okay, but this time she didn't sound like she figured something out. Sam suddenly started and looked out into the corridor and from there into the street. The police are here. We're leaving. But I haven't done anything yet. Damn it. Oh, okay, so you had to choose only two. Okay, I'm glad I chose my top two. I'm glad we got something for one of them. Falling back into the room, you fell to the floor by the table. Well, did you manage to figure something out? Here, look at this, his hands. Strange. The cloth is loose, as if he was unable to untie it. Why didn't he run away then? Oh, that was wrong. So it's the cloth is loose as if he was able to untie it. So why didn't he run away then? Why do this? There's a lot of weirdness here. Look at the cuts. They look very clean, don't you think? They're deep and very precise. Why does that bother you? Because he attacked me like such a coward, but here, such determination. You found an interesting piece of evidence. He didn't kill himself. I just want to say this is somehow out of character. It was a gentle knock on the door. Dear guest, I don't want to bother you, but the police are asking. You screamed internally from fatigue and helplessness. It was time to go through a humiliating interrogation procedure. Frosty air left your nostrils in 2 columns of steam. Your head was empty and quiet. Rachel gave you a light massage while tidying up your hair. You smiled to yourself, returning your thoughts to the room. Rachel? It's like a ball of snakes on your head. I'm just a Gorgon. Come here, I'll get it fixed for you. Sitting you down on a low chair, she thoughtfully ran her hands through your hair. Let's do something about it. What would you like? We actually don't get a lot of hair choices in this game. Rainbow strands. Winter style. Or just a bob. Very colorful. These colors match my dress actually. I could go with that. I also like the bob. Sure, let's merge with winter. I don't know. This is gonna look great, girl. Now what up with those? You closed your eyes, just surrendering her to her hands. Sensitive fingers ran over the strands and pulled on them a little. You're pretty when you're disheveled too. You smiled, squinting at him. Tired? Very, but I still want to go look for a walk. I can't sit still. Anxious? He nodded and he gently put his hand around your waist, slowly walked towards the forest. Having reached the top of the hill, you managed to sweat and even get a little tired. Pausing on another hill, you stretch with your whole body and furtively rub your lower back. Looked around the forest and noticed something in the place where the tops of the trees ran. that a lake or something? I can't make it out. Is there a path leading there, I wonder? Are you looking at the lake there or what? Yeah, how did you guess? Yes, I remember that it was somewhere in that direction. Beautiful. You want to go take a look? Yeah, let's do it. And jumping on the snow, you were the first to move down the path. This is beautiful. It's pretty. You froze at the very edge of the water, gazing with admiration at the blue patch of moonlight in the very middle. Turning around, you saw that Sam was watching you with a bright smile. Sam is happy that you saw one of his favorite places. Hey, oh, this is the spot from the opening. It's really amazing here. We need to be sure to come back here during the day so that you can see how blue the water is. And now, he took out a thermos and container from his backpack. You packed a little lunch? That's adorable. Don't tell me. Tea and sandwiches. You didn't eat anything at dinner, so I thought... Cute. You put your hand to your mouth and closed your eyes, mentally returning to the past. It's the same as when we first met, remember? Sam frowned and immediately brightened up. That's right. In the middle where you walked as a child. Yes, I guess so. He smiled even wider, examining the snowy clearing. And now we're having a picnic in the place of my memories. Something huge, gentle, and fluffy like snow underfoot was rolling in your soul. A short, playful breeze came from the lake. You sneezed immediately. Sam frowned. Look, if you're cold or tired, we're going straight back. There will still be time for the picnic. Better. Pour some tea. Sorry, it's herbal. Calming. What are you apologizing for? I could use some calming right now. Sam hid a gentle smile by tilting his head and pouring tea over the lids. Sam is happy to be there for you. When your fingers touched his while taking the tea, the sparks of warmth in your chest turned into a small fire. Grinning, Sam chose a thicker sandwich for you and then shook the snow off a nearby log. Can't believe it, I forgot about that picnic. I kept thinking about what happened about these mountains. I still couldn't believe that it worked out the way it did. You were nearby, that's what matters. I can't say it helped a lot. Putting the sandwich aside, you took his palm and intertwined your fingers. You did everything to keep me safe. And what doesn't work out, well, we'll deal with it somehow. I won't argue with that. He turned his eyes to the laze and his gaze softened. It's like you came to me from some legend. You touched the strength of my heart. You touched the flexibility of my mind, the courage of my soul. As in the legend, you became dear to me from the very first minute. And still, like in the legend, there'll be a reward at the end, if we do it right. What will be the reward? A quiet life, a faithful partner, good friends? You smiled and laid your head on his shoulder. I hope it's really that simple. The tea gradually cooled down and Sam pressed his lips to the back of your head and stood up. You followed his lead and helped him clean up the remains of your little feast. Let's go before you freeze. You smiled, nodded, and moved along the path, turning your back to the lake. The wind howled ominously from behind. It smelled of mud. You turned around in surprise, and the feeling immediately disappeared. I had to get my nerves fixed. And not paying attention to anything else, you slowly walked to the hotel. That was cool. Okay. Lots of intrigue. Lots of intrigue. Okay. We didn't get a new picture yet. We might get one more in episode 8. Let's find out. Is it true that Charles committed suicide and doesn't even matter? It is not true he committed suicide. I am convinced he's murdered. And yeah, we were just at this lake. I'm convinced he was murdered. And I think it matters because if he did not, that means there's someone out here that's actually deadly. That's going to be a problem. And since we have episodes, the last couple of episodes coming out of the season, I think it's going to end next time it comes on. Then I'm suspecting whoever this person is, that's going to be the real showdown battle. So that'll be interesting. And hopefully we get a happily ever after with Sam. And then we get to play the whole thing again. And to get the happily ever after with Alexander. Then Rachel. Then Alana. I don't think I want to date Eve. God. I don't have time for this. Fine. Chapter 8. The Eye of the Storm. So it should be relatively calm this episode then. Hopefully. You slipped through the photos on Sam's phone, your nose buried on the pillow in the futon. 2 of the phones, yours and Alexander's, were waiting for their turn beside you. Too many questions and not enough answers. I shouldn't have left the pantry without asking him about Masashi. And now it's too late. On the other hand, who else could have done this? The MO is the same. Although Masashi seems to have been killed in cold blood. Against me, however, he seemed to hold back all the time. Or was he afraid? But why be afraid of me? How unpleasant that I don't feel anything. No sorrow, no regret, no guilt. Only tiredness and deep irritation, but he was my uncle. I want to look him in the eye again just to get all the details, get all the answers. I wish I could find at least some of them in that closet. So, what do I see in these photos? Path of logic. You can take a closer look at the murder weapon, the position of the body, the blood stains, or the hands. Well, I have pictures of the hands and the blood stains. So, it don't make sense to look for pictures of the murder weapon, the position of the body, because I didn't take pictures of those. And we know something about the hands the first time, so let's continue along that thread of line. Logic. Lost in thought, you put your finger to the tip of your nose, staring at the photo. Nothing was out of the ordinary with the shoulders. There weren't even any bruises, but from the forearms downward, things were looking grim. For the life of me, I can't shake the feeling that something's off. Suppose he could have pulled the knife closer with his foot. Then he clamped it between his feet, bent over, took it with his teeth, and then cut his veins? Seriously? It was just his teeth? It was such straight cuts. They were cutting the ropes and running away. You have the necessary photo. Well, yeah. Granted, he wasn't the most logical person on the planet, but to do something like this. Sam finished folding his clothes in a neat pile and loomed over you. That's enough brooding. I can't stop. I have to. It's my basic state of mind. Stop brooding over this particular case. There are just too many questions, Sam. I can't just leave them. Make an effort. Listen, it's over. He got what he deserved, and we are leaving soon. Let's celebrate the new year, get some sleep, and before you know it, the way out of the valley will be cleared. We will go home, hand everything unpleasant off to the lawyers, and we ourselves will get to restoring our mental health and self-esteem. He rubbed your face and nodded. He lay down next to you and pulled you closer. Burying your nose in his chest, you exhaled and grumbled sleepily. Do you really think it's over? Instead of answering, he kissed your forehead and tucked you in. Sleep. Tomorrow will be a new day. So, I mean, we have nothing but word of mouth to prove that the Cadigans were involved. But we need to figure that out. Otherwise, even if he's dead, the Cadigans are not. And they apparently, at least Christopher's father is determined to come after me for no reason at all, because he can't deal with his own mistakes. I'm so sick of everybody pushing that their problems off on her as if she's some sort of. She didn't do anything. Annette did it all. You closed your eyes. The dream grabbed your body. Okay, she killed Edward, but that was self-defense. Like, I know they don't say it that way, but I mean, seriously, the dream grabbed your body in his tentacles and dragged you into the abyss. Checking your cup of coffee, you suppressed a yawn. So he lived in the village? I think so, yes. What do you mean you think? Don't you know where your employees live? Officially, his documents indicate the hotel is his residence since then. In the unfinished building, there are special rooms allocated for employees. Only 90 people live there. That wing is almost empty and it gets quite cold there. Therefore, many people prefer to move to the village on their own. We get it. Tell me something else, though. The documents indicate that Marcus is 20 years old. Don't you think he doesn't look 20? Yumi blushed deeply, lowered his head, and muttered in a weak voice. My deepest apologies, Makoto-san, but I've only been working at the hotel for 3 weeks. The receptionist was on vacation due to the beginning of a quarantine, and when he returned, we did not have time to meet without masks on. So you've never seen him out of the staff outfit? Yuma shook his head. Alexander sighed heavily. I think this friend of yours, Takao? Tadako should start paying closer attention to his staff. Yuma continued to apologize, bowing to your company. Yuma has himself to blame. Don't take all the blame. It's a complete idiot. No, he is absolutely a complete idiot. And he was sitting there looking at accusatory glances at me. So fuck him. First of all, we're trying to be nice. Show kindness to Yuma. He didn't deserve it though. After all, someone had to introduce you to everyone. Yuma nodded gratefully, trying to get his breathing back to normal. We need to find a place where he lived. Well, the village is small. Surely someone knows something. So to the village. Thank you, Yuma. Shall we? Hang on. I will tell Eve and Elia that we're ready. Stop. Turning to face her, she... Oh! Cute! Oh! That's cute too! It's so bright red, good lord. Let's remember this one. Hey, what's this for? So you don't freeze. Alright, now you can go for a walk. Thank you, Mommy. Gently clutching your coffee to your chest, you drag it along after the guys. We're obsessed with coffee. Listen, it's even more colorful here than in that Swedish residence of yours. But hey, we work like hell for the atmosphere. I didn't expect that there would be something to celebrate here. I was shocked when I found out that the Japanese are celebrating the New Year. Well, we have a lot of our own nuances and moments. Can you explain? I'm afraid that'll be a very long story. Oh, look how cute! That's a Maneki Neko, the cat of happiness. It waves its paw and attracts good luck to the houses. Judging by its size, to the whole city at once. Oh. But everything, the mood in the company was calm and positive. The guys are trying to distract themselves from the horrors of this week. No wonder, no one should have to handle this kind of stress. Guys, I'm gonna say something strange. Let's take a picture with it. I'll pass, thanks. I have plenty of photos like that from my childhood. No way I'm agreeing to that. I'll take the picture. Eve blushed deeply, suddenly realized that she was about to be standing alone next to the cat. Hey, I'll take it with you. It'll be funny. Smiling good-naturedly, the giant patted Eve on the head and approached the cat. She stuffed the classic glance at you. I don't want to. Go take a picture. Y'all two should be a couple. Bye. Go. Can I get a picture? Oh, you show a willingness to support your friend. Okay. Eve calmly adjusted her hair, returning a proud and calm expression to her face. I call dibs on the side. I'll stand here then. And where am I supposed to go? On someone's lap? Right here in the middle. Here? Cross like a kitty here and put your hand up like a paw. Allow you to put your paw up, I said. The man obediently put up a huge paw. Giggling, Rachel aimed her phone at you. Say meow. You crowd around Rachel, peering into the screen. Looks great. I thought you only loved brutal things. I'm going to hit you. Elia hid behind you like a cowardly elephant, hiding behind an apple tree. You sighed. Alexander, who in the meantime managed to browse two shops on the edge of the square, wedged himself between you. Should we go to the supermarket? What? You just ate. Good idea. Receiving information from the noosphere. What? I don't know. Great idea. Things familiar to European taste will be available only in a large store, right? And that means the salesman can easily recognize him. Is the store open? 1 second. It will open in half an hour. Well, yes, today is the 31st. Maybe we can go over there while we wait? You followed her gaze and saw the temple, predatorily arching the tips of his roof towards the sky. Oh, by the way, you can pray for good luck in the temple right now. We have this thing, Hatsumode. It's a prayer for good luck in the new year, but it needs to be done the first days of the year. It's just that those days the lines are like at the Vatican. I cheated a bit and come here just before the new year. Is that justified? Well, from a religious point of view? Probably. Depends on how religious you are. Let's go then. We want to stop by a temple anyway. I'm gonna go to, yeah, sure, I'll go. The small but nosy crowd moved towards the temple. What else was I gonna do if I didn't go? Before entering the temple, Sam with immense care cleansed each of you. Only after bowing, ringing the bell, rinsing the mouth, and other things did he let you go directly into the temple. There aren't many people. Everyone will come running tomorrow, but some will be here even at midnight. Why? It's called Nini Mari. I don't know. That's when you come to the temple before midnight and leave after. It's sort of like paying homage to the gods in this year and the next. But we can come before New Year and then the morning after. That's so, yeah, it's cool. It's not stupid. Plus influence your worldview. At night, in the artificial light, it's gonna look amazing. That's right, don't worry. During the day, there's also something to see. So what would they usually do here? Mostly people come here to pray. See that box? Throw a coin there. It's like a sacrifice for the kami. Then you stand in front of the Haiden, ring the bell, bow twice, and clap your hands twice. Then start your prayer. Just be sure to say your name and address. And claps are for encrypting personal data. Is the cipher reliable? Will there be a leak later? Rachel gladly took it upon herself to smack Alexander for his silly jokes. Sam was the first to stand in front of the Haiden. The others formed a circle around him. One by one, you rang the bell, clearing the space for the kami. You folded your arms, breathing the cold, transparent light of the winter sun. Kami, if you can, let me keep my cool, my heart be sensitive, my reputation endure, my friends be with me. Okay, let's start from the bottom. My friends be with me is probably a relationship boost with all of your friendos. My reputation endure. Authority, heart be sensitive, intuition. Let me keep my cool, logic. So I'm gonna go for points since I'm pretty confident in my closeness with my friendos. I think. Yeah. So I have a good amount of logic points. I don't need to worry about intuition. So authority maybe? But last time we had an authority check, I was like well over what I needed. But who knows how much I'm gonna need for the end for my business. And how much logic am I gonna need for the last 2 episodes? I don't know. But let's go with authority. For now. Because a lot of people are trying to slander my name. Most important thing right now is to maintain the respect of those around me. Help me to be strong and decisive in any situation. The bell trembled in the wind as if answering your thoughts. Okay. I thought it would have been +2 to most everything. And a big boost to your friends. Oh. Oh, shh. I needed it. I've done something to the sound. I don't know what I clicked. What's this? Okay, I found it. I think I fixed it. It's still kind of moving kind of janky, yeah? What did I hit? I think I hit Control-Shift-F. Now what? Oh my god, the movement is so jank. Oh, I'm in eco mode or something. Turn it off. Okay, it looks like it's falling normally. Now we can see our fortunes. We call this Omikuji. Okay. What is eco mode? And so we get a card? If yes, then you will be the first in the history of this lottery. Congratulations. First, Sam took you to the cashier where everyone made a small donation. Okay, things are fixed. Then he led you to a small urns around which you crowded, almost bumping heads. Actually, I probably remember the eco mode for some of my more dense heavy games that I play on this thing. This one is for English speakers and this one is for Japanese predictions. I came for authenticity. I'll take Japanese ones. What do you need to do? Pull a prediction. Reach your hand to the urn. A certain figurine. A ceramic figurine. So, what's written here? Sam poked his nose to look and smiled broadly. Congratulations, there is a blessing in the future, and well, in general, if you are good, you will be fine. I don't want to offend anyone, but that was to be expected without any predictions. It's still a blessing. If you want to, you can carry it in your wallet. It will bring good luck. You have something to put the piece of paper in your wallet just in case. What about you guys? Small misfortune. I have a small blessing. Small, but mine. My blessing is average. And I want to try again. Oh, my blessing is average too. Tuck the bad ones here. And carry the happy ones in your wallet until the end of the year. Alexander, having tied his piece of paper and grumbled, headed to the cashier to pay for a second one. But it did not satisfy him either. Ooh. Having his that Sam who wanted to get a peek, he nevertheless put the prediction into his wallet. Glancing at his fashionable watch, Elia reminded everyone, the store is already open. Let's get this out of the way and get back to enjoying activities. As you were walking after your friends out of the temple, you could practically feel the ringing of the bell in the wind. You were already approaching the yellow, glowing supermarket door when Rachel stopped you. I got something there for you, just a little souvenir. Sam said they are called Oma Mori. It's like defenders, amulets of a sort. Rachel nodded to him. Open your hand and put it in it. An amulet of heart and mind, of love, of great success. Minor. I wish I knew the prices to know what I'm supposed to be getting. This one looks different, so I think it might be special. Let me try this one. It's the cutest. Authority. The amulet seems to be solid, heavy to the touch and even a little warm. And logic. Okay. Your throat was slightly tightened from the feelings of closeness and support. I figured you might need all the luck in the world right now. That's right, Rach. And intuition. Your relationship with all your friends has improved. Okay, how much does that thing cost? You mostly hugged her and she, with all due diligence, returned to your warm embrace. Be happy and safe, okay? Of course. The amulet will appear on the final chapter screen. Okay. Nice. Eve was standing at the door, interrupted. Let's go inside, it's cold out here. I sincerely hope they have hot coffee in there. People with this coffee. The saleswoman spoke English poorly and reluctantly, so again Sam took over the negotiations. We'd be very grateful if you could take a look at this photo. Do you recognize this person? The woman conscientiously examined the photo, squinting myopically, then shook her head apologetically. I'm very sorry, but I don't remember him. But he probably came to see you. Even so, nowadays a lot of people wear masks. I don't recognize the face. What is she saying? That she doesn't recognize him. If he came in a mask, it's not surprising. Felt shivers run down your spine. The receipt in the snow. Maybe. Oh, ha. The probability is small, but maybe she'll remember. Sam, show her this. Found out it's no good for chasing that man. In the most unsafe way. Not much hope. Sam handed the check to the woman and explained what it was. She looked at you like a famous oracle would look at the grandma with tarot cards. Think if you remember the person who bought this that day. After thinking for a couple of minutes, the woman suddenly raised her index finger up. Well, yes, I remember one. He came in several times, masked, unfriendly. Where did he live, do you know? I can't say, but not in the village, that's for sure. She says he didn't live in the village. Did you lie to us? You've learned important information. No, you probably didn't know. Squinting, the woman rummaged in her phone and then turned the screen to Sam. Here are his documents, photographed, to sell a bus ticket to the city. That was 2 weeks ago. Sam almost knocked the phone out of her hands. Fake, heck. Now we press the catechins. And what do they have to do with it? They were almost certainly the ones who helped him with the paperwork. He has no money. It's well done, too. You can barely say that it's fake. His name, according to this, is Chase Silver. You're right. And then the hotel, remember? Why is he Marcus Warren on the employee list, though? Maybe he doesn't just have one set of fake IDs? Like one for immigration and then for registration in the service? Won't that all be a bit too complicated? It's more reliable. All this will have to be checked from the city. Or put the lawyers up to whenever the connection gets restored. Take a picture, Sam. Arigato gozaimasu, Karina. Karina? I don't remember. I don't know. Saleswoman giggled and waved her hand at him. Sam exhaled tiredly and held out a small bill to the woman with both hands. She at first denied it, but then took the money. Her face became even more friendly. Come at midnight for fireworks and festivities. Really? Do you celebrate in your village like they do in Europe? We have such traditions since the days we were a very small village. There was little food, but we gathered for the holidays in the square, sang songs, and cooked soup. It was a long time ago. Now times have changed. But we get ready for the new year. Tourists love it, and we have fun. Thanks for telling me. We definitely will come. And about your man, if you don't find him in a village, go to the forest. There are many hunting lodges there where it's convenient to hide. Thanks for the advice. We'll be sure to check them out. Okay. Where? In the forest? What for? Check all of them? If you didn't live in the village or the hotel, then where would you go? Solomon is right. It makes sense to check out the properties outside the village. And walk around in the cold like fools? You can go back to the hotel and rest. Only those who want to help will remain. I want all this to be over as soon as possible and finally have a proper quiet rest. What do you mean, finally? You haven't been helping us at all. Go away. Then don't complain. Help instead. Eve pouted her lips but stopped grumbling. Alexander reached into his pocket. Let's split into pairs so we can cover more ground. But only so there's one man and one girl in a pair. Okay, sure. You're the brawn of the operation and we're the brain. My eyes rolled so far that I actually saw my skull. Well, how about you just, you know what? You know what, this with 3 matches in it. Take your pick, girls. Short, Sam. Long, Elia. Middle, me. Can I get the short one? Why about the short one? Elias smiled silently, but he looked satisfied. Rachel drew a short match. Eva got a middle one, you got the long. Looking longingly at hers, Eve whined. Maybe we can redo it? Sam chuckled mockingly, nodding approvingly at Eve. You need to trust fate more. Come on, let's go. He took a long yellow stick out of his backpack and handed one to everyone. Eve and I will take a detour to the ski base. Sam and Rachel will go from the other side of the village to the blockage. Melody and Lad go straight towards the hotel. Don't turn into the forest, stick to the pass. If something goes wrong, shoot the signal flares. Look at you bossing everyone around like this. Sam shook his head too, but his kiss was soft, soothing. I'd rather go with you too, but he's right. Besides, Lad is trained, strong, and an armed fighter. I'm not afraid to leave you with him. Isn't that scary? The man chuckled and playfully tapped the tip of your nose. Don't make me question my own judgment. You pushed your forehead against his chin and sighed. I worry about you. That's a lie, so be as careful as possible, okay? You nodded, once again kissing him goodbye. Oh gosh, it's like... And how do we get here? Oh really? It's not far from here to the hotel. Well actually, oh. That does make sense, I feel. Makes sense. Logic. Feeling is intuition, right? That he didn't just come out of the forest by the rock garden for a reason. So the lake is halfway between the village and the hotel. So there must be a lodge or something, right? If you follow that line of reasoning, then almost certainly. Makes sense to check. Let's go back along the same road. We need a little path. It will go straight to the forest for sure. There was nothing on Elias' face but skepticism, but he obediently followed you. Alive on the path, it was a little annoying. You jumped out from under another tree which intended to bury you in a heap of snow. Oh, it's cold. Is it? Look, how interesting. The house on the mountain. Without further ado, he pushed you behind his back and moved towards the house, glaring around warily. It took several rounds and 10 minutes for Eli to relax a little. Let's go inside? And what if this is the dwelling of some innocent hunter? Then we'll knock. It's unlikely that he will shoot us. This isn't Texas. You would absolutely get shot in Texas. I'm just letting you know. I'm kidding. Sort of. People are kind of gun crazy here in Texas. Anyway, Elias shrugged as if to say that makes sense and pulled the door open. Locked. We're gonna break in? Alright, let's crack it open. Let's climb in through the window. Let's find the back entrance. Let's not climb in through the window. I mean, because Elia can't climb into the window, so that means I'll have to go in by myself. crack it open. I don't know if we should be busting it up because once again, what if it doesn't belong to the hunter? Let's sneak around back. Because we get some more time to see if we hear anything. If we might notice something different behind the back. Let's run the back. What if we can get in here through the basement door, for example? I doubt it, but come on. The man followed you as you conscientiously walked around the house, examining the walls and the snow. He did find the basement door, but it turned out to be securely locked. Okay, let's go back to the hotel. Sam can pick locks. Also, Charles should have had a key. Maybe the police will allow us to be present during the inspection of the house? Whatever you say. Sally tries back, following your own footsteps. Thanks for helping out. I think I might have done it wrong there. Elia chuckled, continuing to look around vigilantly. You felt that this had gone too far and that we would return home without a partner. That would be not good, to put it lightly. Snow under your feet was rhythmically humming a half-familiar melody, and a voice emotionlessly peered at you. So, which side is it? The main entrance side? I think this is an unfinished part of the hotel. It's kind of our destination. How uncomfortable it is here. I don't like construction sites. By associations? No, it's just everything is so bare and naked. Uncomfortable places. I like construction sites. When we were little, I often played in them with my friends. Once I fell into an elevator shaft and broke my wrist, and I also got an earful at home. Good times. Good times! Strange ideas about good times. Went to the rickety door of some shed and pushed it with your finger. The door creaked desperately, squeaked even more, and almost collapsed on you. Wow. Damn. The lad managed to grab the edge of the door and was now holding it in place. When the door is trying to kill you. How are you still alive? I'm surprised myself. Taking a breath, you peeked into the bar and tried to put the door back. I keep feeling we should be finding something. Take a peek. Curiosity won't lead you to any good, but I got authority though. Hey, but it will lead me to discover something interesting. Let's go and see what's there. This is it! This is it! And they were self-cutting. You remember? So that's why the slashes on the wrist were so precise, because they're used to doing that. The giant went the first step into a dark, cold room. You stepped a little further from the doorway, waiting for your eyes to get adjusted to the darkness. There was an unpleasant smell in the air, but you were unable to recognize it for what it was. Gradually in the dust, the outlines of a bench appeared. Elia approached it. Wow, look. After hesitating, you came over. Bandages and blades. What is this? Why are these here? Seems to me that someone was hurting themselves here. Why is that? The man just shrugged. The blades are all new, sterile, but look, this right here, it has blood on it. There's some disinfectant, some bandages. But there's no body, which means that no one was committed suicide here. He pushed you back a little as if guarding against an unfortunate place. His breath left small clouds of steam floating in the splendid air. A thought crossed your mind that in this light it looks very beautiful. You can't do any BDSM in this cold weather either. What's left then? Someone got into this secluded place to hurt themselves. Do you think it could have been Charles? God, no. Why him? Not all problems revolve around us. He patted you on the shoulder soothingly right through his jacket. We just know that someone in the hotel is feeling very bad. Maybe a guest or someone from the staff? Well, yes, guests have more privacy in the hotel itself. In the dark behind a pile of firewood, something rustled. Felt your pulse and pressure jump up. Elia, there. The man nodded and indicated he also heard. You straightened your legs, bent down a little, put your hand on your side pocket. Close to the pile, something rushed and jumped in your direction. How to proceed? Kick it or scream or bounce to the side. Let's first move out of the way. We don't know what it is. It could just be an animal. The music hasn't changed. Your actions reflect your worldview. You dodged, almost losing your balance along the way. Something fluffy slipped past you. A red head rushed to the door in a blur. It's a fox, Melody. Do you hear? He shook you by the shoulders, turning to face him. Just a fox. It hid from the snow. There's nothing wrong. Miss gazed and he frowned, exhaling shortly. Well, why would you do something like that? He didn't expect me to see me like that. Damn it all to hell. Because I bounced to the side when I was supposed to kick it? What the hell? I thought screaming would be the weird one. You closed your eyes, dropping your head on his chest, trying to get your breathing under control. I'm here. I'm not letting anyone harm you. Do you hear? You nodded reluctantly. Look at me. Well, are you scared? Instead of answering, you reach for his lips. What the fuck? No. I feel like I did something wrong there. This episode's been going on for a while. I'm concerned that it might end soon. I need to know so I can replay if I've effed up. Shoot. I'm gonna go look. No, I think I did okay. It says reflect your worldview, but all the options say that. I don't think I should have kicked it, though. I still don't think I should have kicked it. I don't want to kick the fox. There's no point in me just screaming. I think I did okay. But I'm not going to kiss him. And again, buried your nose in his chest. It was warm here and calm. I hate to admit it, but I think I need protection. I seem to be doing a bad job with my life. How? Seems I don't know how to get out of this state. Well, I mean, to be fair, you're always being attacked. It was quiet, but it was distinct. But we were just hugging, though. I didn't kiss him. So I would have been caught cheating if I had kissed him there. See, this is arguable. I mean, it kind of looks like an embrace, though. So it looks bad. But what's the purpose of them taking a picture? Lai was the first to react. He turned to the exit and threw you behind his back. I thud against the door lying on the ground, and Elia, rushing out. There, behind the aisle into the light, someone was running through the fresh snow. Stay here, I'll catch up with him. Who was that? Good question, stay here. He ran out into the white light outside. The music picked up. It's crazy that the barn came back, and the cuts thing, it made sense too. I'm gonna give it a 5 star. I'm enjoying myself. Okay, we have this picture. Huh. Interesting, it makes me feel like I skipped a picture, but I don't think so. Same time. Okay, only 2 pictures left, and 2 episodes left. So maybe 1 in each. But, wow. Okay. That was interesting. I wonder what the picture was about. Oh, there's my fox thing back right there. Oh, and this over here, that must be my little reading that I got, I think, from the temple. I don't think, I don't know what the picture was about, but either way, at least we didn't kiss him. So, it won't look bad that we're dating Sam. But I wonder what happened if you're dating Elia. Does that picture thing happen still? I mean, does it matter if you're kissing him there? Or is this like this evidence that we've... I don't know. I can't wrap my head around. But anyway, I guess I'm going to go ahead and end this part right here. We're caught up. We're chasing you. Yes. Okay. I'll play that next. So anyway, thank you guys so much for watching this episode. Go ahead and show a like button to love, subscribe to see more content like this, and I will see you next time. Bye.
2 dark days, do you have a tear to spare? Make a promise.